So Mike and I are going on a date night tonight, so I figured I would sit down and show you pretty much my go-to makeup look. The only makeup look that I have been making the past couple of months. It's really the only look that I feel confident and pretty in that I want to just keep making over and over and over. So I'm sitting down today to show you this look right here, the products that I use to get it, the techniques, all of the above. So if you want to see how I got this makeup look right here, then let's go back in time and let me show you. Honestly, if you're an avid video watcher of mine, a lot of these products are going to look very, very similar. I've had the same go-to products for a really long time, like years at this point. So we are going to start off with the Ulta Beauty Matte Veil Longwear Eye Primer. We're just going to prime these eyelids. This is a really weird way to do this. I don't think I've ever done it like this with each index finger, but here we go. I'm just going with it today, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, I have not sat down and filmed in probably like a month and a half, so if I'm a little rusty, I'm so sorry. I might be, guys. I might be a little rusty. Okay, then I wanted to show this Armani eye tint. Yeah, I think they're just called the Armani eye tints in the shade 22 Cashew. I wanted to show this in action because, first of all, it's pretty much the only thing that I'm doing on my eyes. It's either I'm wearing this or I'm just throwing a little bit of bronzer into the crease, and that's pretty much the only eyeshadow I have been doing the past couple of months. And I've raved about this eyeshadow for, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 times on my channel, and I don't know, don't quote me, I don't know if I've ever shown it in action. I might have at this point, but I can't remember. So I wanted to show it in action and show you just how I apply it and how easy and simple it is. Excuse me, my voice went out there. So you see, I just put a little bit on the lid, and now I'm taking this Essence brush, their Essence Eye Blender brush. I got it from Ulta a couple years ago for like $2 or something like that. This is just always the brush that I use with it. I feel like it's a really good dense brush that can spread it around but still fluffy enough to actually blend it out, you know? And that's all I do. And I just feel like it gives the most beautiful wash of color. There is a little bit of something on my eye, but it's matte and it's subdued and it's not too intense. And I just feel really confident and comfortable in this eye look. I love this product. It blends out so easily. It lasts all day long. It doesn't patch. It doesn't crease. It doesn't crease. That's the most important thing for me. My eyelids crease pretty badly. And I feel like it's just getting worse, you guys. As I'm getting older, I turned 32 back in June. All the folds in my face are just getting more pronounced day by day. But that's okay, right? As you saw, I mean, that blended out in a couple of seconds. It looks put together, like I said. Like I did something with my eyes. I have some eyeshadow on, and then once I apply some mascara, it kind of like elevates it a little bit more. But yeah, it was like so easy, so fast. I love this stuff. They're kind of pricey, but to me, it's 100% worth it. And then I go in with my Old Faithful primers that I've been using for years that I love so much. The Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. This does have SPF 15 in it. The pump on this one just stinks. I don't know what is going on with Hourglass. This is expensive. And for some reason, the pump on this thing is just really crappy. So I'm just put a little bit with the wand. I hate that I have to do that, but here we are. This has been my go-to primer for, oh gosh, probably 4-5 years at this point. I just feel like it smooths out my face so well, and my makeup lasts like all day long with it. I don't know what it is about this primer. It's not like tacky, like a tacky primer, but for some reason on me, it just like glues my makeup to my face, and I swear my makeup wears so nice when I use this. It in itself has a little bit of like smoothing to it, but I do also go in with the Vanish Airbrush Primer in my T-zone. I've had this little baby thing for like almost 2 years at this point. So I'm gonna definitely buy another mini once this one is gone, because it's almost gone. But the mini lasted me forever. And then I just use this one pretty much in my T-zone. I like to get these smile lines because they are getting intense. A little bit on my forehead. And this just helps kind of just smooth everything out. Helps my makeup last a little bit longer as well. I guess this might have oil controlling properties. I don't know. My face doesn't get too oily anymore. My chin still does a little bit, but both those primers seem to help that. And then lately, I have not been wanting a ton of coverage on my face. I used my NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation a couple weeks ago at this point, and that used to be a holy grail favorite of mine, and it is still a beautiful, insanely full coverage matte foundation. If you need that in your life, or that's the kind of foundation you like, I highly recommend that foundation. But I put it on, and it was just so intense for what I've been doing lately. It was so full coverage and just, I don't want to say like cakey and mask-like, because it's not. It is a beautiful foundation. But on me, in that moment, I was like, this is too much for my face for what I'm liking these days. So I'm back on, not that I was ever off of it, but I'm back on my Purito Secret Clearing BB Cream. I love this stuff so much. This is another favorite that I have been shouting from the rooftops, like my praise for it, for probably like 5 years at this point. So I do mix together the 21 light beige along with the 23 natural beige. I did a little self tan last night with my Isle of Paradise drops after my shower. So I am not on my face, but the rest of my body, I got a little bit of tan going on. So I do just go ahead and get both out on the back of my hand, mix that together. And honestly, what I've been doing is blending it out with my fingers. But I am going to go ahead and use this sponge today. But I like to just spread it around on my face. And then I will either blend it in with my fingers, like I said, or I am going to go ahead and take my sponge and blend it in like that. It does still provide some coverage. Like it definitely does. It evens out my skin. It gets rid of the redness. It covers up any like acne I have going on. But it's not cakey. It's not super, super full coverage. I mean, you guys have heard, like I said, if you watch my videos, you've heard me rave about this stuff for years, like so many times. It's just so good. And whenever my skin is dry, especially like in the winter time, and I'm just going through it and I cannot find anything to look good on my skin, every other foundation looks flaky on my forehead and my nose. This is like the only foundation. Well, I guess it's a BB cream, right? Yeah, BB cream that I have found that looks good on my skin no matter what. Summer, winter, fall, spring. I couldn't think of the other one. No matter what's going on with my skin, this stuff just looks beautiful and wears really well, lasts all day. And like I said, it's not like 100% full coverage. You can still see some redness, a couple of my like acne stuff peeking through, but it's not as prominent as it was before. Like this definitely does even my skin out a little bit. And it just looks so beautiful. It has a healthy glow to it. It wears really well. Oh, okay, I'll stop talking about it because I've literally talked about this stuff a million times. But yeah, it's like the only foundation I really put on my skin anymore. I'm either wearing the Purito BB cream that I just applied or the Herborian BB cream. I had to go get it because I could not remember the name of it. Yeah, the Herborian BB cream, Korean formula, all ginseng, baby skin effect. I've talked about this a million times too. I like to use this as a foundation now. I will use it as just a skin tint and throw it on my face on its own. But I also have used this in the past as a foundation too, and it looks really beautiful. Something about my skin and BB creams, they're like a match made in heaven. No surprise here, I'm going to go in with some concealer next. I'm still loving the One Size Turn Up the Base Butter Silk Concealer in the shade Fair 3. I just put a little bit on my under eyes. And then I do go ahead and put a little bit here, just because we are going to go on a date night. I probably will have a little cocktail or something. I've not been drinking alcohol really at all lately. So when I do, I'm a really big lightweight. I kind of always was, but I'm a huge lightweight now. And my cheeks always get so red. So I like to add just a little extra coverage down there when I know I'm going to be having a little drink. I'm on like a really big fitness grind right now. And alcohol is like not conducive to any of my goals right now. So I've really, really been trying to not drink it like really at all. But you know, it's a fancy date night. Well, it's really not even that fancy. We're just going to a sushi place, which I'm so excited about. It's a new one that opened up in the town over from us. And I'm really excited to try it out. I love sushi. Mike does not, but this place has like those like Korean beef bowls that you can get. Instead, they have like ramen and stuff. So he can have that while I mow down on some raw salmon, because that is my go-to. Okay, so for bronzer and blush, I do switch these up. Everything else, like the primer, foundation, concealer, like the eyeshadow, those are pretty much the same ones I use every single time. I will switch up bronzer and blush every once in a while, but these are the ones that I've been using the most. My NARS Cream Bronzer, you guys, this is my second one, and as you can see, it already has a pretty big dent in it. I'm going to use this whole thing up again, I already know, and I'll rebuy it again, because it is just such a good cream bronzer. My friend Abby was using those Dibs sticks for a really long time, and she liked them, but she kept using the bronzer side way quicker than the blush side, so she asked me for a good cream bronzer recommendation, and I told her about this one, and she bought it, and she loves it too. So I always love when that happens. I love when you guys comment and tell me that like you tried something based off my recommendation and you love it or it worked out for you. But I also love when that happens in real life to like my friends or family members and they love something that I love too. So it just feels good when you recommend something to someone and they like it, you know? Yeah, this cream bronzer, like it just blends in so nice. I feel like a broken record because I've raved about so many of these products so many times on my channel, but I just like, they're my go-tos and they're my favorites for a reason, you know? So that blended in so quick, so easy. It's a really, really good tone for my skin. This is the shade Laguna 01. They do have 3 other shades. So if you are not as fair as me, my friend Abby bought the Laguna 02 because she's a little bit tanner than me. And it's a really good shade for her. So if you're not as fair as me, they have other options for you. And also this works for me in the wintertime when I'm not self-tanning, or now in the summer when I am. So next up, we are going to use some cream blush. I have been going between these two pretty regularly. The first one is the Pixi On The Glow Blush Tinted Moisture Stick. This is in the shade Ruby. I love this. It's more of like a reddy sort of shade, but it is the most beautiful cream blush. It looks intense there. Like, you guys might be thinking, Emily, why are you putting like a watermelon red like bright blush on your cheeks? But this is absolutely stunning on the cheeks, and I love this formulation because you can put it on and then powder it and then put a little bit more on top, and it adds a little bit of that glow back, which is just beautiful. Or I've been using the It Cosmetics Glow with Confidence Sun Blush. This is in the shade Sunlit 10, another really stunning, just beautiful pinky blush. They have a little bit different, obviously, tones. As you can see, this one's more red and bright. This one's a little bit more subdued and just like a neutrally pinky sort of tone. I am going to use this one today. Trust me, I love the Pixi one. I do use it quite often, but I don't know what I'm wearing tonight to dinner, and I don't want to put on too bright of a blush. You know, I just would rather go a little bit more subdued. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I got my hair redone a couple weeks ago and I got more highlights put in, and I like it so much better this time around. I'd gotten my hair dyed for the very first time back in like March, I think it was, or February. I don't know. It was a couple months ago at this point, and it was my first time ever dyeing my hair. I had virgin hair. I had never touched it before, and I think my hairdresser just went a little on the slow side because she didn't. I just don't think she wanted to shock me. And so the first time I got highlights, I couldn't really tell a difference. Some of you guys commented and said that you could see a difference, so thank you. That was really sweet of you guys. But this time around, I went a couple weeks ago and I was like, I need more. I want more blonde. And so she did add some more, and I like it so much better this time. I think it's so cute. She made these like little front pieces that frame my face, and it's so much cuter in my opinion, I think. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna use the It Cosmetics blush. This is a really good formulation as well. I don't usually put this on a powdered face, but you definitely could. I usually go in with a powder blush a little bit later, but man, I went a little heavy. But it is just such a really beautiful, just neutrally pink tone that looks stunning on my skin tone. They do have other shades of this blush as well. So if this one wouldn't work out for you, definitely check out the other shades because this formulation is really lovely, and it like sets down with powder nicely. And like I said, it does go over powder nicely too. I just usually use a different powder blush, which you'll see, but it can go over powder, which is nice to have the versatility, I think. Okay, I did go a little overboard. So we're gonna take my foundation sponge and just kind of clean this up a little bit. My face has been getting drier the past couple of years. That's no secret. I've talked about it in lots of videos, but I still do feel like I have to set down my face. I just feel like my makeup slides around creases and just doesn't look right if I don't. But I have been trying to go in with more of a lightweight sort of powder. So the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder along with the Ami Collet Skin Melt Loose Powder. These are my favorite go-tos. I love them so much. I think I like the Ami Collet one a little bit more. It's just a little more oomphy. This one's very, very lightweight that by the end of the day, I can get a little oily. This one tends to hold my oils at bay all day long. But today I'm going to use something new. That might be a mistake because if I don't like it, you know, that'll stink. But we're going to try the L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection up to 24-hour blurring, brightening, loose setting powder. Babs Beauty, Stephanie from Babs Beauty has been raving about this stuff. She says it's super, super blurring and not drying. So I bought it and I want to try it out. I did buy the shade 20 Translucent Light. I have never even opened it. So let's get this baby opened. It's a little bit more like yellow and a little darker than I was anticipating. So I'm hoping it doesn't darken my under eyes very much. You know, like oxidize them. We just got some on the puff. We're going to get these lines out and then set down, drag it down my face. Ooh. Okay, yeah, I think I like that. Ooh! I think I like that. Okay, that's good. Okay, I was really weird to try this. I just do not try new makeup these days. I know that's terrible. I literally have a makeup channel, but I only do my makeup like 4 times a month. So when I do it, it's because I have plans. Like tonight we have a date night and I just don't want to mess it up, you know? Like I want to feel confident, I want to feel beautiful, I want to feel good in my makeup. So I've been really afraid to try new makeup these days because I just want to use my old faithfuls that I know I'm going to like. So I was nervous to try this, but wow. Okay, yeah. Do you see that? I mean, obviously all powders inherently blur because you're taking something that's wet and you're making it matte and you're taking away that shine. So inherently it is going to blur your pores a little bit, but I do think that this is doing a really good job of actually looking like it's blurring. It's not looking dry at all, which is really nice. Like on my forehead and my nose, it's not looking dry, or even on my under eyes. So that's really, really nice. I will say it's feeling slightly dry, just slightly, but usually once I put on some setting spray, that will alleviate that. So we're just gonna put a little tiny bit on the perimeters of my face that I did not hit with the puff. Oh yeah, that's a really pretty powder though. I'm liking that. I love that it's not making my face look dry. Again, it is feeling a little dry. It is feeling like it's sucking the life out of my face a tiny bit, but you know what? A girl can handle that. A girl can put up with that if it's gonna make your face look set and blurred and a little bit airbrushed. A little bit airbrushed. What do you guys think? I think it is. And it didn't like completely make my face look matte and flat. Like there is still a little bit of glow and shine. Ooh, okay. Okay. Stephanie from Babs Beauty, she usually doesn't steer me wrong, and she didn't again. She didn't again. All right, I'm pumped about that. Let me know if you tried that powder, please, and what your thoughts are. Now, I do think my bronzer and blush are peeking through the powder and being set down nicely. I don't need to go in with a powder, bronzer, and blush, but I like to, so I'm going to. The first one I'm going to use is this new, well, it's not new, but it's new to me, the Lancome CE Skin Transforming Bronzer. I picked this up recently from Ulta. Again, my birthday was in June, and my mom got me an Ulta gift card for my birthday, and I thought, Emily, treat yourself and buy something that's bougie and expensive that you wouldn't normally want to spend money on. So I bought this Lancome bronzer, and it is nice, you guys. I don't think that it's anything revolutionary. I've used it a couple times. I don't think it's anything revolutionary where you have to like run out and purchase it. Like it's going to be better than a drugstore bronzer in my humble opinion, but it is nice. And I am glad that I picked it up with a gift card. I've just heard good things about it, and you know, it is a pretty bronzer. So we're going to just set down a little bit more. And I like that I got the fair shade because it is a really light shade, which has been my go-to lately. I don't like a really intense bronzer anymore. I used to, you guys. I used to have a stripe of bronzer and you could like see it from Mars. But as I've grown up and my preferences and my makeup preferences change, I don't really like that intense of a bronzer anymore. So I like that this one is so light. We are going to use it to contour the nose a tiny bit. And then I do like to take whatever bronzer I used and run that a little bit along my lower lash line just to bring something there so it's not completely bare. But usually this is like almost not there, like you almost can't see it, but I do think it adds a little bit of definition that I enjoy. Okay, powder blush. I've been going back and forth between these two right here. Again, not new favorites at all. I've been raving about both of these for a while. The first one being the Kosas Blushes Life Blush in the shade Dreamland. I just think this blush is perfection. It's beautiful. It has a little bit of glow. I love the shade to it. It is just a really pretty, just rosy, almost sort of shade. And just something about the way it makes your cheeks, I don't want to say shine because it's not shiny, but just glow. It's just really, really beautiful. But today I'm going to use the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush, and this is in the shade Cool Coral. This is another just beautiful, beautiful blush that just adds a little bit of glow, just like the Kosas one does. But as you can see, the Essence one is just a little bit brighter pink, and I've just been really into pink cheeks lately. That's really hard to say. Okay, so we're going to go in with my Flower Beauty blush brush. I just got a little bit on there. We just dust a little bit on the cheeks, even up on the part where I would wear highlight. I like to add a little bit there. So here is the side with the Essence blush, and then without. If you can see, it just adds a little bit of just glow to the cheeks. I will say this one's a little bit more glittery than the Kosas one, but it's not glittery in my opinion. It still just adds like a nice healthy glow to your skin. And I just love this bright pink shade. I think it's so pretty. especially with my eyes being just a really subdued light brown, and then I've been going really light and subdued with my lips as well. I don't mind that my cheeks are a little bit more blush, more poppy, more bright pink. I kind of like that look. But yeah, oh, I just love the combination of that It Cosmetics cream blush and then this one on top. This is not Barbie pink cheeks. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like this combo. So pretty. Okay, then for brows, e.l.f. Wow Brow. You guys know I've been using this stuff for years as well. So fast and quick for my personal brows and what I like. And then I am going to go ahead and apply mascara off camera because it's not really fun to watch, but I'm going to be using my Clio Kill Lash Superproof Mascara Long Curling. This is the only mascara that I use and have been using for the past, I don't even know, long time. Since I tried it. It's the only one I use. So be right back. I keep it pretty top lash mascara heavy and only put a tiny bit on my bottom lashes. Sometimes I completely skip my bottom lashes and don't put anything on. I don't know if I remembered to say this earlier or not, but I've actually been skipping highlight as well. I feel like I put on a glowy blush and that gives me enough of that glow on my cheeks that I enjoy, and then when I put my setting spray on top, it kind of just amplifies that and makes me look like I'm glowing from within without having to use an extra highlight. So I have been skipping highlight for the most part on my cheeks, but I am going to reach into my Dior Quad just to get this lighter shade, the light white shade, and put it on my inner corner. I still like an inner corner pop, guys. I really do. I don't know if I'll ever get over it. I just think it brightens your eyes and opens them and just makes them look so much more alive. Okay, so for lips, I've been going real simple on my lips, like I said earlier. Most of the time, I don't even wear a lip liner anymore. If I do, it's going to be a really light pink lip liner, but I just kind of can't be bothered with lip liner anymore. I used to put it on religiously, and then it would always fade off or like go above my line and kind of feather out. And even the long wearing ones that I find, like my Freck ones, I still love those. I use those all the time, especially the O2 pink shade. That's like my go-to lip liner. I still like using it. I still use it. It's just a lot less hassle when I just don't use it and I can just throw on a lip gloss and just reapply that throughout the evening or day or whatever I'm doing. So for gloss, I'm just going to use this new one from ColourPop. They sent to me in PR. This is their Hydra Pop. Yeah, Hydra Pop lip stains, glossy lip stains. And this is going to be in the shade Mantra. It's just a light pink shade. So we're going to apply that to the lips. Ooh, that's real pink. Ooh, it's pretty though. I do like that. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I like that. It's real like Barbie pink. Again, that's in the shade Mantra. So these are their new like glossy lip stains where they look glossy at first when you first apply them, and then as they fade away throughout the day, they leave a little bit of stain on your lips. They're definitely not the most like long lasting thing ever. The stain isn't super powerful, but I do tend to lean towards the lighter shades. They did come out with a couple deeper, rosier, rich shades that I just don't think are geared towards my skin tone. So those might stain a little bit more, but I do not know from personal experience. But this one's pretty. It is glossy when you first apply it. It doesn't really emphasize my lip lines too much. And yeah, I think it's pretty. And it's nice that you don't have to wear a lip liner with it. I know not everyone wants to do that. So last but not least, I'm going to be using my setting spray, my go-to favorite for years now, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I'm just going to spray this on. And then I still like to take the back side of my sponge and lightly tap in my setting spray, whatever setting spray I use. Usually this one, but I just think it helps like blend in, melt in your skin. And that was it, you guys. That was my go-to makeup look. Pretty much the only makeup look that I have been making the past couple of months. If you're catching me in makeup, it's going to look pretty identical to this. I just feel put together and pretty and confident and not overdone and just good. I feel pretty in this makeup, which is exactly how I want to feel when I'm putting makeup on. Let me know down below what's a couple of your go-to favorite products. Maybe I can check them out and try them if I haven't yet. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not yet, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.